Hello world, my name is Mwai. Welcome to my YouTube channel. I am a mobile developer. I primarily work on iOS and Android, and in this video I'm gonna walk you through how I became a mobile developer at age 21. So I've been currently working in the industry for 2 years now, and when I had initially started working I was 21, so I'm 22 right now. Just a heads up, I'll be 23 in the next, say, 1 week. So, with that said, let's get into the video. There's a couple apps that brought me up until this point. I had taken a few college courses. So, I had first initially, just for context, I had initially started out at a community college here in the greater Chicago area. I was doing computer science. I did about a year. I did C++, just computer science one. I just did the basic courses. And then after that, there was a little course that they're offering in Swift. It was a new course in iOS development, and they were offering it in UI kit. And at the time, Swift UI had just come out, and I was looking at that, and I like shiny new things, like just like every other dev. So I looked at it, and I kind of got it. So I was like, all right, I want to actually try this. So I talked to my professor, and I asked her, I was like, do you think I could turn in my assignments in Swift UI? And she was like, yeah, no problem, as long as you turn in the assignments, you make the same app, it works the exact same way, and it passes the test cases, and that's fine. And I was like, all right, perfect, because that actually allowed me to use Swift UI. So I was turning in all my assignments. The course was in UI kit, but I was just making all my apps in Swift UI because I was just so excited at that point. I made a rock paper scissors app. I made a word guessing game, and right after that is when me and my friends kind of like we decided to get serious on a startup. So we wanted to create this grocery delivery app, and within this app, users could order. They could the app would automatically find their location. They could purchase goods. It was really nice. And it took me about a year to make the iOS app. And we had another guy we had hired over on Android, and he had made like a completely different app from what I had made on iOS. And so what I ended up doing was I decided to pick up Android. So at the time I was looking at Jetpack Compose. It was similar to iOS. It was similar to Swift UI, and I was like, if I could learn this, then I could essentially rebuild our iOS app in Android. So that's what I did. I picked up UI. I picked up Jetpack Compose, and I started learning that, and I started rebuilding the app that I built on iOS. And it took me about, say, 2 months to build the app. It took me about a year to build over on iOS initially. And after that, we went along with our idea. We tried to get it off the ground, but it just never worked out. So right after that, me and my friend again met up. He was working for a college station, and they were completely just radio FM, and they wanted to get online. So we put our heads together. We wanted to build this app, and we started doing research. It took us weeks looking into actually how to like stream stuff into into Swift, into Kotlin, how you'd actually get live streaming, how you get that to play. And throughout this whole unknown space, say, of like trying to figure out how we're gonna build this app, and we don't even know which technologies to use, I wasn't worried so much on the Swift side because I had felt so much experience point. I was ready I knew I could build the iOS one. The Android one on the other side was way different. I knew I could use something like AV Player on Swift, but for Android, I had no idea. So that's when I had found Hexel Player, which is like a media library on Android, very popular, very common for media streaming apps. So I learned that, incorporated in the app. We built this podcast streaming app, and it actually only took us about 2 months. 2 months to build both Android and iOS. So we got those out. We got them out on the store, and I continued working on that app for say like a year, and right after that it was when I decided, okay, I've kind of like been doing this for some time now. I get it. I get how to make iOS apps. I get how to make Android apps, and I felt like at the point when I looked at LinkedIn, when I looked at the requirements for a job application, I was like, all right, I know this. They ask for MVVM, they ask for Jetpack Compose, they ask for Swift UI. Look at the requirements, and I met all the requirements, so I was just like, all right, time for me to start applying for jobs, so I started applying for jobs. My church, actually, I talked to them because, every time when I would go on Sunday, I would have to, and every year I needed like give them money, like for offering and stuff like that. You have to go to a bank, take out money, and go over there. So I kind of got tired of that whole process, and I'd already built the grocery app processing payments. I already knew like how to incorporate Stripe, on mobile for Android and iOS. And so I was like, all right, I suggested to them, I'm like, can I build you guys an app, or it'll be easier for all of us to just give you money. So they're excited, they love the idea. I started working on that. It took me about 2 months, maybe say a month and a half, to build both Android and iOS. Right about immediately when I published that app was the day that I got my job. And ever since then, I've been working at a wonderful broadcasting company out in Virginia. I'm here in the greater Chicago area, so I work remote. But I've been working with them for about a year and a half now, and it's been amazing. It's been a great journey to just get up into this point where I look back now, back when I was struggling with the first app that took me, a whole year to build, and when I didn't know what to do. And now, looking back, I can build an app. There's another story I'd like to tell you guys about a hackathon that I attended. It was a 3-day hackathon. I was sleeping in a car, and that's a story for another day. But it's looking back through all of these points throughout my life and how much I've grown throughout this skill, just putting in so much time and effort. It's been really remarkable to see how much I can grow. And I'm only 22 now. I'll be 23 weeks soon, and I'm looking forward for what's coming now and what's gonna come in the future. And I'm excited for this journey, and I'm excited for you guys to join me on this. Thank you.